Hi, hello everyone. I'm Shweta and welcome to Shweta's Tutorials. Please like, share and subscribe if you find the video useful and let me know your suggestions through your comments. Today we are going to discuss about part 2 of our Indian Constitution, that is which addresses about citizenship. This part contains articles 5 to 11. The rules of citizenship of India are described in the Constitution from Articles 5 to 11 and in the Citizenship Act of 1955. Part 2, that is the Articles 5 to 11, says about the citizenship commencement of the Constitution. But what is the commencement of the Constitution? It is the day in which the Constitution came into action or came into force. That is, it is the 26th day of January 1950, which is considered the commencement day of our Indian Constitution. So, Constitution deals with the articles 5 to 11, which came into force on 26 January 1950. Then, the Citizenship Act of 1955 deals with the acquisition and termination of citizenship. So, moving over to Article 5, which says about the citizenship at the commencement of the Constitution. We have studied that the commencement of the Constitution is the 26th January 19. By Article 5, a person is considered to be a citizen of India if he passes two conditions. That is, the first condition is to be passed is that he has a domicile in the territory of India. What do you mean by a domicile? A domicile can be simply termed as the permanent residence. Thus, a person who has a domicile in the territory of India is considered to be a citizen of India with any of the following conditions. With any of the following conditions. He was born in the territory of India, any of his parents are born in India, or has been residing in the India for at least 5 years immediately before the commencement of the Constitution. That is, he must have been residing in India for at least 9. Article 6 addresses the rights of the citizenship of persons who have migrated to India from Pakistan. We all know that a lot of people residing in the British India had moved back and forth from both India and Pakistan. This article clearly says about the citizenship of people who came to India from such a person is considered an Indian citizen if he follows two conditions. The first condition is that he or either of his parents, that is his father or mother, or any of his grandparents was born in British India. The British India here defined is the India or the area of India defined under the Government of India Act of 1935. Second condition he has to follow is that if migrated before 19 July 1948 or if migrated on or after 19 July 1914. But what is the importance of this date, 19 July 1948? The importance of this date occurs because on this day the permit system started between India and Pakistan. So, on this day, on 19 July 1948, a permit system started between India and Pakistan for all those people who have to migrate between these two countries. So, the second is about if migrated before 19 July 1940. So, this person or his parents or any of his grandparents must be born in British India. Along with it, he should be ordinarily a resident in India since the day he migrated. That is, on the day in which he had moved from Pakistan to India, on that day onwards, he should be an ordinarily resident in India. Then the second is if migrated on or after 19th July 1940 is subjected to follow that he or his parents or his any of his grandparents were born in British India, plus he had returned to India under a permit of resettlement. That is, he had come to India with a paper of permit of resettlement. That is, he had come to India for under the intention that he will be settling in India. has been a resident. Then the second condition is that has been a resident in India, Indian territory for at least 6 months before submitting the application to registration officer. We know that a person residing in India has to submit an application to the registration officer, but this application for citizenship by these persons can only be given to the registration officer only after residing in India for at least 6 months. Then the third condition is that he had been registered as an Indian citizen by an officer on behalf of the government of India. Next, we are going to discuss about Article 7. Article 7 deals with the citizenship of persons who migrated to Pakistan. It deals with the citizenship of two kinds of people. The first kind is people who migrated to Pakistan from India, that is, people who moved from India to Pakistan. Such a person who migrated, that is, a person who has migrated from India to Pakistan after the 1st March 1947 shall not be deemed to be a citizen of India. This Article 7 states that such a person who migrated from India to Pakistan after 1st March 1947 won't be considered as an Indian citizen. Wouldn't be applicable if the people migrated to Pakistan from India came back to India. That is, those people who had moved to Pakistan from India and then came back to India. But these people must possess a permit of resettlement or has its intention of a permanent return. Every such person shall be considered Indian citizen by Article 6. Thus, we can say that Article 7 overrides Article 5 and Article 6. Now, moving over to Article 8. Article 8 deals with the rights of citizenship of persons of Indian origin residing outside India. These are the people who may be born as Indian or born in India or born to Indian parents residing in other countries. People who are ordinarily residing in any country outside India is considered a citizen of India only if he or his parents or any of his grandparents are born in British India. We have said that British India referred in this article or the Article 6 is that India defined under Government of India Act 1935. Then the second condition he has to follow is that he has been registered as a citizen of India by diplomatic or consular representative of India from that residing country itself. Let's move on to Article 9, 10 and 11. These three are compared to 5, 6, 7 and 8. These three are very simple articles of Part 2. Article 9 says how a person is not deemed to be a citizen. A person who has voluntarily acquired a citizenship from a foreign state is not considered to be a citizen of India. That is, a person who acquired a citizenship from any other country is not considered an Indian citizen. He also cannot demand a citizenship by virtue of 5, 6 and Articles 5, 6 and 8. Thus, we can say that by Article 9, we can say that India does not support or allows dual citizenship. Moving over to Article 10, Article 10 deals with the continuance of rights of citizenship. Article 10 says that every person who continues to be an Indian citizen are subjected to the provisions that may be made by the Parliament. Thus, we can say that the citizens are subjugated to the Parliament for the citizenship rights. Then the last article of the Part 2 of Indian Constitution, Article 11, it deals with the Parliament to regulate the rights of citizenship by law. Article 11 says that The provisions made under Part 2 of Indian Constitution will not decrease the power of the Parliament to make laws. By this power of Article 11, the Parliament the, made the Citizenship Act of 1955. Now, the part 2 of our Indian Constitution. If you want to stay up to date with all my uploads, please grab the subscribe button and turn the notifications on. Till I see you in the next video, thank you.